What is up, guys? This is Charles from Team COG, and today, guys, I'm coming at you with another post-commentary duel video from our live stream that happened at Locals this weekend. Again, I'm just going over all the matches because you guys wanted the camera to follow me. I know sometimes you guys like have, or at least, I don't know, like I've thought like sometimes a Table 1 feature mat, getting different decks and stuff like that's pretty cool, but then also, I also know like sometimes you guys like to follow me. So anyway, that's what we're doing here, and we're going over the commentary from that live stream, from that Locals, to see what we could have done different, look at plays and all that type of stuff. And fun fact, I showed up to work this morning at 6 o'clock and I didn't actually have to work, so we're still doing this, still dressed for work. But anyway, this is round 2 at Locals. It's against Marincess. And please remember, if you guys want to help support the channel, hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell, and if you really want to help support the channel, become a member, hit that join button. It goes a long way. Channel's been kind of going through like a dry spot in a little bit just because of work and everything like that, but we're still trying to put out some Infernoble content for you guys. Just because we love Infernoble. So anyway, let's go ahead and start out here. I don't think I lost a single dice roll all night long. Like all night, I won all my dice rolls, which was insane. But so we end up going first here against Marincess, and we get to do, I think, so Marincess is not really, especially winning the die roll, right? Like truly Infernoble, winning the die roll, like as soon as we win the die roll, like the chances of us winning, like go like significantly ahead, which is wild to think that, you know, by winning the dice roll, our chances of winning the whole game is just tremendous. However, it doesn't always mean that's going to happen. So I think in my hand I have Shea Brigadine, a few other cards, so I end up paying 12. And if you guys checked out the last video, you guys will have noticed that, as I promised, we have slid down, so now like we get the whole mat, and even the next the next match will be even better in frame. But so we set a card. You can never guess what it is. The only trap we play in the deck, which is Shea Brigadine. My favorite trap in the, like, probably in the game, actually. So we go ahead and I believe we fire off Durandal. Yep, so we equip Durandal. And we attempt to use Durandal's effect here, and he does have an Ash Blossom, which is pretty solid hit. Like, I mean, like, hitting Durandal is kind of rough because, like, it restricts us from later on using Durandal or doing what we need. So he's going to fire off Ash Blossom here. And that just means the Durandal does not get destroyed. We don't get to add. But I believe we also have 1-for-1 pitching the Roland, which is an insane pitch, to be honest with you. Being able to pitch the Roland, it allows us to, you know, go ahead and guarantee that we're going to get that Angelica's ring, excuse me, gosh, in the end phase, which is going to, like, pretty much give us another solid form of disruption. But I'm just trying to contemplate if we summon out Ricciardetto, which I guess so. And then we can use Ricciardetto to bring back the Roland if we wanted to, or we just hold it. We don't use the effect because if we use Ricciardetto's effect, that warrior locks us. So maybe that's what I was saying. Now, see, again, guys, if you guys saw the last video, 1-for-1 should, if you're still follow the whole Snake Eyes build and everything like that, 1-for-1 should be popular. Out of open popular again. So again, that's just to prove to you guys, like, I'm not crazy. I'm not just making up these scenarios. Like, it truly happened. Like, I would see if 1-for-1 was popular, I'd be seeing it way too many times. So we end up synchroing for 5 here into Angelica. Angelica's going to get us another copy of the museum. Now, I don't know right off the top of my head. I think since I already attempted to use the Durandal, regardless of it resolved or not, I can't use the second effect. Otherwise, we would use it. But we're going ahead and use Joyous because we hard open Joyous, chain Angelica, Angelica's effect to send. And I believe right here we go ahead and we send Ogier, and then Ogier and stuff like that. So this is like the same bread and butter combo. I would like to do like a combo video showcasing. It's pretty much if you have any of the any level 4, and like at level 4 period, Fire Warrior, plus access to Durandal, which that means your 3 museums, your 3 heritage, and your Durandal, you have a combo that gets you to Charles and Gearfried. And it's just like one of the crazy things that, like, I think like you should know as a player, that any level 4 plus heritage or plus museum gets you to this combo. So it's like I might do a video of it later just showcasing it, just so people like have it in their reservoir of knowledge. But we go Ogier, target, and then we go museum effect to move forward, Ogier to send. Since we go ahead and this is pretty much what this is, right? However, in the case of Shea Brigadine, it's kind of the same laws of physics, essentially. The laws of physics still apply here. We just had to maneuver away a little bit differently, but any other level 4 plus access to Durandal, which we had that because of Museum, would get us to this combo we're going to be able to get to. So we go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Chainlink 2 will add back the Gearfried, and then Chainlink 1 will add us the, will equip the Charles, and then we can move up. I think we get to move forward the Charles. Yeah, we can move forward the Charles because we had access to Almas, Roland equipped, double Charles, Gearfried, through the Ash Blossom, which would arguably seem like Ash is one of those cards where like it's either low impact or it's high impact. And I mean that by, and maybe it's like the same for like other strategies and stuff like that, but for the most part, if we have a bad hand, one Ash can kill us. But if you have a mediocre to well hand, one hand trap's not going to be enough to stop what this deck can do. And then like hindsight's also like there's certain choke points in the combo. Like sometimes like you guys will know like you start out with Heritage of Chalice, and it's like if they Ash Heritage or turns over, but since they didn't Ash Heritage, we're able to play through Ash now, which is just kind of like the variance of sequencing and the variance of, and the variables that play in, right? Where it's like Ash on my normal summon would have ended my turn, but since they held Ash to hit me at a different time, I'm able to play through it better than I would have before. But this is our inboard here. We have Double Charles, Angel Ring, and Gearfried, so pretty much 2 spell and trap negates. Or yeah, 2 spell and trap negates, a spell negate, a monster effect negate, and a pop. And then of course, if we choose, we could trigger Angelica to tag out and do some things. I don't know what would be the point of tagging out Angelica, especially at this point since like Dempsey's not in the graveyard. But anyway, we're looking at Marincess here, and Marincess really doesn't have... I'm trying to look at his hand. It looks like he has second Ash Blossom. He drew a Seahorse. But he does smack down Dark Ruler more, which we're just gotta let Angel Ring get that. And it just looks like he has like Ash plus the... I think that's Ash. Ash plus Seahorse plus the field spell, which is not good. You never want to see the field spell. And it just kind of looks like I know Marincess does have the ability to extend depending on the hand, but like seeing oh, he does have Blue Tang. I don't so he could like normal Blue Tang, but instead he normals the Seahorse, and I was like, okay, on normal summon, roll an effect to equip. I don't understand why he didn't. Is there any like Marincess he could have sent with Blue Tang that had done better? So we use a Charles effect to pop, we draw for turn. This is enough for damage. This is 3, 6, 9, 35, 35, 4,000, or 45 actually. And we just move on into the next game. I don't know if there's like... I try to stay fluent with a lot of decks as I can. I don't know if Blue Tang... I don't think there's a single card they could have sent with the Blue Tang. Maybe does the one that the... Not Mandarin. The one that you normal summon a special from the hand. Does that have like a graveyard effect or something? Because no matter what, if they commit... The normal summon was getting popped because that puts them on having Spring Girl, but I had Gearfried to check a Spring Girl. So then that really put him on having something insane. And if it was something like Signet Mining or like anything like that, the 2 Charleses could have answered it. So I don't think there's really anything he would have done there. Maybe his thought process was hold Blue Tang because it's the best normal summon under this, you know, like hold Blue Tang, normal summon. If this gets popped, he could like do something. But even then, because it's like normal Seahorse, add back Seahorse spec. I guess I see it. I mean, like, yeah, I can see it. But we'll go on into the next game here. And it looks like his opening hand is not that good. Again, one name, and it looks like it's the worst name. It looks like it's Mandarin. And I was just showing my buddy sitting next to me, Caleb, I just saw World Legacy Succession again. So, like, if you guys don't remember the last video, I said that I was just seeing Succession non-stop. Like, it was insane. Like, statistically, you should not see this card as many times as I did. But he normal summons Mandarin. And you know if Mandarin's the normal summon, it's rough. Because that means you have literally nothing else. Nothing else. And he links off into Blue Slug. I guess a Blue Slug effect to add here. However, we get to look back at his hand. I look at, like, let's see here. He has Pot of Avarice. Let's see if we can pause here and look at his hand. He has Dive, Pot of Avarice, Dark Ruler, and some other unknown. And looking back at it, you know, he's very new. He's newish to the deck. You could have normal summoned, made the Seahorse, or made the Angel, whatever that one is. Angel grabbed the field spell, activate the field spell, use Dive summon from the deck, like Blue Tang or something, and then he could have comboed that way. But if you're not too familiar with your deck, you know, if you don't understand those lines, especially sometimes seeing like Mandarin, and like I guess it goes for like any other strategy. Sometimes you see the one-off card you never want to see, it kind of frazzle you, and you don't think the hand is playable, but it actually turns out to be playable. Dark Ruler. I'm trying to see, and then he has Tactics in hand too. So hypothetically, like if I would have saw Hand Trap, which I haven't seen. I've since this locals, I've upped my non-engine count. It puts my main deck over 40, which I don't really like, but it just puts it at a flat 43. And there's arguably cards you could take out to make it 40. But I just kept having an issue in the previous list where I was doing the singleton names, where I just would always not see, like, it was just pretty much open uppercutter or bust because you just couldn't guarantee to see anything. And I'd see a lot of non-engine when I just needed to see, like, the perfect ratio of just 2 non-engine and 3 engine cards. But anyway, we're good to go here, and I go here to the Chalice to grab the O-Gear. And this right here is the anti-hand trap line, which is kind of nice. Normal summon O-Gear. O-Gear will send Gearfried. And this is also why I think that if you're going to play any of the Infernoble names at more than just one, it should be Renault and O-Gear. because Ogier, I believe Patrick Hoban put it in a book, but he was saying like 5 normal summons is really good. So if you have 3 Uppercutter plus 2 Ogier, that's like fits the 5 normal summon ratio that you want to see. I don't know if that logic still holds up, but we open Joyous to Charles's Blade. We end up using Joyous to add back the Gearfried, and then we banish to go ahead and summon out the Gearfried. And then that way I can special out the Renault, add back the Joyous, and then I have the ability to use Joyous to trigger the Angelica here. And then, of course, what you do is Ogier equipped to the Gearfried, and then like you can resolve Angelica's effect to like move through. I mean, yes, if he ashes here, like it's still rough, but we would still be able to combo through getting ashed here. Simply if we didn't get access to Museum, because we have the equip spell in hand, we could still trigger off the Angelica and do things like that. So anyway, Ogier equipped to Gearfried, and yeah, we just kind of have to. We just got to put on damage now. And sometimes like I'll get lost in the sauce, and I'll forget that like, oh, I'm going second. Especially with these like subpar boards that sometimes, or the subpar openings that some decks will have, just because of just variance and stuff like that. I'll be like, oh wait, never mind, I'm not going first. So we end up just linking off or using Angelica to tag out into Roland. And then, of course, Turpin can special summon itself. I have Succession in hand. Again, that's just, to me, guys, like, I'm not lying to you guys. Well, I wish I should have started a count at the beginning of, at the start of the stretch of videos to show you guys how much, or how many times we opened Succession. Roland equipped the Charles to destroy the Slug. We go into Blue Chew Charles, the Emperor, the card that should have been called Charlemagne, but for some reason Konami decided to not do that. We activate the field spell now to go ahead and search us an equip spell, which I don't know what we could even grab here, to be honest with you. Gearfried would, I mean, like right here we have 6,000 some damage. Technically we have 7,000 damage because 35 and 35. So we're just trying to get to enough to, oh, we have damage because I go field spell, move up. Yeah, field spell, move up Charles, and then we don't even have to, like, I don't even have to go this far. I could have just moved up Charles and then just attacked with Synchro Charles, Blue Charles, and Gearfried, and that would have been enough for damage there. But I think I just do this because I don't know what he has in his hand. I know Marincess is known to play hand traps, so like maybe he has like a nib or something like that. Maybe he has like hand traps to flick my way, but anyway, this is it. That's all that he could do. We end up pushing through game here. And yeah, so that's it for this round, guys. This was round 2. Stay tuned for round 3 and round 4. And he's shown the hand here, and I was like, oh wait, like dive and stuff like that would have got him where he needed to go. I don't know if it would have been able to like, if he'd been able to put up like a big enough board to stop me. I know like he would have maybe gotten to Wave, which Wave is just an end perm, and I feel like we could successfully play through Wave, and we'd been able to actually like solve like a lot of the issues like he might have been able to get to. Like I know the field spell boosts attack and stuff like that, but like Charles could have popped the field spell, and then we could have beat over whatever and do things like that. But anyway, guys, most importantly for you guys out there, stay safe, stay healthy. This is Charles from Team COG signing out.